Hi, welcome back to my channel. This book review is for the Viscount's Ladies Novelist by Alissa Baxter. It is book number 2 in the Linfield Ladies series. The first book was a really good book. I read it a few months back and it's called The Earl's Lady Geologist. And in both books, The Earl's Lady Geologist and in this one, we have women who are not living by convention. I almost say convection. They're not living by convention. They have careers that they've established. In this case, we have Harriet Linfield, and she's a novelist. And she, I think, has published 3, if I remember correctly, because it's been about a month since I read this book. Well, a little bit about Harriet. She's disillusioned by love. If you read the blurb, that's exactly where I got that phrase. She had her heart broken, and because she had a broken heart, she's decided that she is going to have to become a spinster. That's it. Hands down, that's what's going to happen to her. Well, when she goes back to Linfield Court after her heartbreak, she decides to focus on her writing and even to take it into a different direction. And then she meets Oliver, who is Viscount Wentford. Now, here's the thing. Okay, before I talk about Oliver, I'll just say one more thing about Harriet. Harriet has inherited her family's estate and she wants to make it a refuge for orphans. Oliver, who she meets, has also inherited his family's estate, but he wants to turn it into a coal mine. So before they even start knocking heads about their different objectives for their neighboring properties, when Harriet meets Oliver, he seems like he'd make the perfect example for a hero in her next book. Now, he finds it kind of funny, that this is what she has in mind. And then, the two start to develop an affinity. And that's a word we don't really use much today, but it was used back then. So they start to develop feelings for each other. But there's another factor. There's somebody that is after Harriet, so the book takes on a kind of a mix of romance and intrigue. So as the story develops, I found that it was kind of humorous at times because of the how personable they both were. They were on again, off again type of thing. Like they were drawn to each other. They had shared emotional feelings, but because they had their clash, they were, back and forth. And then, like I said, you've got the intrigue because somebody was after Harriet for a specific reason, and that changed the flavor of the book just a little bit. And I also wanted to say that when you have a woman back in this Regency era, usually marriage is what would secure her future. So there might even be a point in the book when Oliver decides that maybe they could combine their assets and even marry for convenience to help secure Harriet's future. But Harriet doesn't trust the institution of marriage. She just doesn't trust it after what she experienced. But she's still a romantic, the way she writes her books. And then you have some creative twists in there when you notice that Harriet has strengths, really, really nice strengths as a character, as a female in a Regency era who's not living by convention. If she never got married, she'd at least be able to support herself by being a novelist, but now that she has this inheritance, she can create this children's home. But Nonetheless, it is a historical romance, so you know that anytime you attach romance to a genre, there's going to be a happily ever after. So what will create this happily ever after for Harriet and Oliver? A really good book. We're just going to end it here. Like I said, it's the second book in a series, so I imagine the series will go on, but I don't quite know who the next characters will be, but no doubt we're going to have a woman who is not living by the standards that is deemed upon them. So there you have it, The Viscount's Lady Novelist by Alissa Baxter. It was released last month, but the blog tour extended over a few weeks, so I didn't get this review up before now. All right, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.